Welcome to the Rochester, New Hampshire History Podcast, a monthly show that will shine a light on a piece of history that has been all but forgotten.
Dominicus Hanson was a wealthy and respected resident of Rochester, and is also one of the city's greatest benefactors. At his own expense, he built Hanson Street and kept it in repair. During his lifetime, it would be the busiest street in Rochester. A lesser-known fact about him is that in the 1830s he opened a general store in downtown Rochester on Central Square. His store helped the town grow as merchants were few, and Hanson's store was there to provide the locals whatever they needed. Did you know in 1835 President Andrew Jackson appointed him postmaster of Rochester? He kept the post office in his store for many years, and later he would build the first standalone post office on Hanson Street.
Perhaps his most enduring and lasting contribution to the city is the magnificent stretch of land bordering the Cocheco River we call Hanson Pines. It is a hidden gem of a park, and it is located near Spaulding High School. This 30-acre plot of old-growth pine forests has well-maintained walking trails that provide great views of the Cocheco River and giant pine trees. The oldest trees in the park were alive prior to the Civil War. They are over 180 years of age. These old trees are over 100 feet tall. To know more about the origins of this beautiful property, let's go back to the year 1907. That is when Dominicus Hanson passed away. Before his death, he communicated to his son, Charles, that the wooded land he owned on the bank of the Cocheco and near Chestnut Hill Road would make a nice park for the city. After the death of his father, Charles spent thousands of dollars on the property, cutting away underbrush, removing some trees, building paths and bridges to improve Hanson Pines. By 1915, Charles had completed the work on the park and donated the land to the city. The October 8, 1915 Rochester Courier headline is Dominicus Hanson Park, deed from C.A.C. Hanson, accepted by council with thanks.
When Charles gave the property to the city, he had a few conditions written into the deed to protect it for all time and to assure that it would remain available for recreation. Some of these conditions are: no evergreen or nut-bearing tree could be cut down unless it was dead or decaying. He did not want the city to profit excessively from the sale of wood from the park. If the city realized a profit of greater than $500 from the sale of dead trees, then this money would be given to the Protestant churches of Nashua. Within these woods there could be paths and trails, but no highways or roads. More than once someone has suggested connecting North Main Street with Chestnut Hill Road by building a road through Hanson Pines, and they are prevented from doing so by these conditions. If the city failed to maintain the property as a wooded park or violated the conditions in the deed, the property would be transferred to the Protestant churches of Nashua.
The bridge spanning the Cocheco River that connects Dewey Street to the Pines was built in the late 1950s. This bridge permitted students to get to the high school through the Pines without having to walk downtown to Union Street and up Wakefield Street. The original bridge from the 1950s has been replaced and looks much different today. Charles Hanson died in May 1924. The Rochester Courier headline was C.A.C. Hanson, city's benefactor, born, lived, died in same house. He never married and led a painful life. In 1890, he fell down a 3-story elevator shaft. He suffered spinal injuries and spent the remainder of his life on crutches. He was the last of his family, as his only sibling died in infancy. His family legacy still survives within Hanson Pines. Let's take a look at the beautiful views that can be found within this park.
This ends the podcast. If you have any questions or comments, please email bobgriffinpodcast@gmail.com and come back next month for another episode of Rochester, New Hampshire History.